I'm 29, my wife is 30. We have been together for 5 years. We met each other during a seminar, and we clicked and started dating, and eventually got married. My wife already had told me that she was in a very serious relationship with her school friend. It was one of her female friend's brother. They were planning to get married, but she feels out of love with him, and they broke up when he went for education and job in a foreign country and hasn't met him since past 9 years. Enough backstory. 5 days ago it was my birthday. We wanted to do something special, so we were planning for it for a month. We were on tight budget as well, so we discussed on who we are inviting. Basically, we agreed on both our families are invited, even extended, and some of our neighbors and our friend and colleagues, only those we know though. On that day, I didn't know if my wife invited her ex as well, which was a shock to me. When I saw him, I was really shocked. I called my wife to meet me upstairs. I asked her what he's doing here. She said he came with her sister. I said, we will have a discussion later. On my party, I saw him hugging my wife, and he greeted and hugged me as well. We talked just as formality, and my wife was spending time with her friends, and he also joined, I guess because he's from the friend circle. Anyway, after the party, I confronted my wife and asked her what was she thinking. She asked me what. I asked her why was her ex here when I never met him before, and why did you not tell me? She said he came back for a few months on holidays, and her friend told her and urged my wife to invite him. I told my wife that she should have discussed it with me. It's my birthday party, and I should have the right to decide who joins and who doesn't, and it isn't some random guy. It's your ex. She said it wasn't that big of a deal. It was only for a few hours. She said she didn't tell me because I would object it, because she knows me. And she wanted all of her friends to be invited. I completely lost my crap when she said that. I said, so you chose your friends over your own husband? I said, in my anger, does she have any idea how it feels to see your partner's ex on your special day, especially when it's for the first time? Would you like it if I invited my ex to your birthday party without telling you, and my ex is hugging me and laughing with me? Would you be okay? It was supposed to be my special day, and you ruined it by inviting your ex. I was constantly thinking about how he did you for years, and God knows what he actually did to you. Would I be thrilled to see a man who banged my own wife on my special day? It would be one thing if we were on friendly terms and knew each other. She started sobbing and said, I'm blowing it out of proportion. It's not that serious, and I'm hurting her with my words. We aren't talking to each other for past couple of days. She told her parents and sister, and they said that I'm overreacting, and it's not a big deal. I simply told them that if I invite one of my ex on her birthday party without telling her, would she like it? They said that I would just be taking revenge. I said I wouldn't hurt her, but she should have thought multiple times and discussed with me and just simply have thought that it might hurt me. So am I the asshole here? Top comments. Somebody said, she did it fully knowing it would hurt you. She said so herself. It's the reason she didn't discuss it with you first. It's your birthday party, but the important thing is that all her friends are there. Everything appears to be about her, even the things that are supposed to be about you. This is very telling. You are there to make her happy. Period. Your comfort and happiness be damned. Unfortunately, it's an attitude too many people have about their spouse. And I think society kind of encourages women to think this way with the pursuit dynamic we see in most media and books. And just like there's a toxic manosphere, there's one equally as toxic for women, and it really pushes this attitude. Edit to add, I'm happily married for 21 years. If my wife did something like this and couldn't admit her mistake and show remorse, I'd be demanding marriage counseling at the very least. Another commenter, crap identification alert. She said she didn't tell me because I would object it, because she knows me, and she wanted all of her friends to be invited. She didn't include you in the decision because she knew you would object, and she didn't care. She knew it was serious, and she underreacted so she could tell you it was out of proportion when you objected. It is out of proportion, but in the opposite direction. You are her partner. It was your birthday. She decided that was so much less important than seeing her ex that it didn't even register as worth discussion. Update. First of, I thank everyone for their advice. I tried my best to not overthink, but after reading the comments, I couldn't brush off the feel that something is wrong. I tried so hard to deny, but I just couldn't. I went to my wife today and asked her to unlock her phone and give it to me. She asked me multiple questions, like it was an interrogation or something. Like, why do I want to check her phone? Or do I not trust her? Or did I go crazy because of my jealousy? And many more. But the more I think about it, the angrier I get. She, after pressuring her for a while, gave me her phone. I checked her texts and social media messages, but I couldn't find anything at all. So I went to her group text chat and found out that my wife and her ex met each other alone frequently ever since he came back, and he was also invited whenever she went out with her friends. But she never told me. I asked her, what is this? She asked me, what? I asked her, why did you meet him alone? And why did you never tell me about any of this? Why did you not tell me that you and your friends invited your ex and you all hung out together? My wife said that it's not what I think it is. She said, he's not just her ex, but a longtime friend. They've known each other for years, even before she met me. And I'm just being jealous, controlling man. And there's nothing suspicious other than we just met and hung out. I said, I love and trust you, but do not take me for a fool. There's no reason for you to be alone with your ex and behind my back, especially, I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Who the hell is he even? And why is he talking to my wife behind my back? And why is my wife meeting him and my own wife defending her ex? I said, I'm leaving, and we are getting divorced. My wife started crying and said that I don't trust her and it's not what I think it is. I wanted to calm her down, but I just started walking to the door. My wife held me and got angry and said we can talk and fix the misunderstanding, but I said I am not ready to talk and I am running out of patience, so please just leave me, Beandits. He wants to be with him. You wouldn't object and I will pray for a happy life for you. I went to live with my sister. I told her everything that happened. I must have ranted for a long time. She just listened and said nothing, but in the end she said that my wife is definitely hiding something and my suspicion is correct. She hugged me and consoled me. I was drowning in my own thoughts and my sister noticed it. I guess my sister said that she can feel it, that I want to cry. And if I want to, I can cry on her and vent to her instead of bottling it all up inside. And she herself started crying, to be honest. I really do. But I am too proud to show the weaker side of me. And I have come here on the internet anonymously. I did so much for my wife. She always threw lavish parties, but when I wanted to do the same after years, she betrayed me in the worst way possible. There were 1,000 different ways to hurt me, but she chose the worst way to hurt me. So here I am drinking and thinking about what went wrong and where I was lacking and living with my sister like a loser. In his 30s. Some comments below. Somebody said, wow, your wife sounds like a master manipulator, trying to turn the tables on you and make you seem like the crazy, jealous one. Classic move. But good for you, for standing your ground and not letting her deceive you any longer. She definitely has something to hide, and it's better to find out now rather than later. Keep your head up, and don't let this experience stop you from trusting others in the future. You deserve someone who truly loves and respects you, not someone who plays games and hides things from you. Stay strong, a commenter. So standard advice, talk to a lawyer and see what divorce will look like. Get a STD check, only communicate via text or recorded conversation in accordance with your local and state laws. Talk to her friends and see what was happening when her ex was invited. Get the word out, control the narrative. Someone said, drinking is not the answer. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Seek out divorce attorneys. Interview with all of the good ones in your area. That way she can't use them. Seek counseling. You're going to need it by the time you get through this. Also, take care of yourself. Exercise. Take long walks. Do something to focus on something besides this. Keep busy so you can start to move forward. Best of luck. Original poster replied, it's not that easy when your own life partner betrays you in the worst way possible. I did and thought of her all the time. I have her everything and my best. And what she does? She invited her ex to my birthday, which I was looking forward to, because I didn't celebrate my birthday in years. Only Mai and her family joined us, while she threw lavish parties every chance she got. And even though I did all this, she betrayed me. Why really, like why? If you love someone else, why not just go to them and live your life with them? Why must you make someone else suffer, like what you even get out of this, by just causing unnecessary pain to others? Thankfully, I have my sister to rely on, and she's trying her best to help me, and she cries as well, knowing what I went through. I haven't told others about what my wife did yet, and the angry side of me says that I should expose her, but I also think that I should just let it go. I'm so confused, angry, conflicted, and drowning in my own emotions that I can't even think straight. If my sister wasn't there for me and helped me, I really would have ended it all. I appreciate my sister so much. I pray that nobody else feels the pain the way I did, and their last resort is to drink until they go numb and can't even think properly. Somebody said, "Hey, you don't deserve anything that happened, okay? You have zero fault. You did nothing wrong. You were a partner." But she wasn't. Her own ethics problem, her lack of love and respect, those are all on her. If she doesn't like them, that's too late. She could have sought to better herself, but she chose not to. We can only control who we are, our own moral code, our respect, our empathy. If others abuse our kindness, that only reflects who they are. You don't have to change, because being who you are is the absolute best thing a person can be. If others are abusing your good faith, your kindness, your love, it's only a hard-learned lesson to spot them earlier and to learn to protect yourself, your kind, worthy, empathetic, and gentle self, and to learn how to spot people exactly just like you. People that will show you what love, support, and relationships can truly be. Not this farce, not the painful, horrible experience you had. I know you will be so glad to have cut this chapter now when it was finally clear. You have your whole life ahead of you. New people, new loves, new heartbreaks. We can't really escape them. But in a few years, you will accumulate so many good and amazing experiences that you will have no hurt left from this moment, just acceptance it needed to happen, and that she wasn't the one for you. This moment is a passage, not the destination. It's a passage for you to find new worlds and build something you can't imagine right now, and you will be proud. So will your sister. She will be there in your future, proudly standing by your side among your other soul people, all truly happy for you, and proud of how you didn't let this evil woman taint what's best about you, your precious, good, warm, and kind soul. Many hugs, my dear stranger friend. I believe in you. I see good on you. Take good care of the amazing person you are. You are worthy of all the love your heart has for others to also shine on yourself. Don't doubt who you are. Just accept your ex is not the person you thought she was, and that's on her. And never let people like her to fool you again. Don't believe their words, believe their hearts, their actions, the way they treat those beneath and above them, how they act when given opportunities to gain things at the expense of others. Learn to look at the signs and trust your gut, and never blame your good nature for getting hurt. It's always the fault of those that abuse us, lie, and hide. And please, tell your sister she is a great woman, and I wish you and her nothing but all the best going forward. Lean on each other, because you two have the same good spirit, and that's a gift. Cherish this connection, and keep it healthy. Update. I am sorry if it's too long. I'm just suffering and overthinking so much that I can't even think properly, but I tried my best to keep it as short as possible. On my birthday party, my wife decided to invite her ex on my birthday party, which I have been looking forward because I did celebrate in a very long time. I was very upset and confronted her, and she said there's nothing going on and I was just being jealous. I later asked my wife for her phone, and in her friends group chat, I found out ever since he was back she has been meeting him alone, and whenever she went out with her friends she was invited all the time, but not they didn't even tell me so after this betrayal. I left my house and went to live with my sister, and she's taking care of me emotionally and physically, and told her I'm divorcing her. Now yesterday my wife called me and asked me to meet. I said no and told her to say whatever she wants in the phone. She could not possibly have chose a worse time to call me and piss me off. I was drunk and crying as hell. Though I do not blame her because it was only 11 a.m., she started off with, she's sorry and will do anything to win me back. And she swore she didn't talk to him only until he got back, and her friends introduced him to her again, which led to reminiscing. She proposed to me that we should get back and fix our marriage, and she promised me that she would never talk to him again, and we should move to a different state and live our life and forget whatever happened. Now, I really, really wanted to just forgive her and divorce her, and didn't want to expose her. But this pissed me off so much. I started calling her so many names and crushed her, like it's rainfall, and everything I held up inside me came out. I called her lying, cheating, manipulative puss. Even after all this I did for you, want to isolate me from my family and have me in your purse? I worked hard for you, sacrificed everything for you, and you are with your ex, banging him? Just because I loved you, you took advantage of me. I swear to God, even if I go broke and start begging on the streets, I will expose you and divorce you. If it was something else, I would have forgiven you in a heartbeat. But you are with your ex-fiancé while I'm working for you and giving you most of my money, which made you think I am a pushover. I hung up on her after ranting, and she was crying, but I'm dumb here. And her crap. I immediately told everyone what's going on, which is much too embarrassing for her. I told them what I saw on text, and many of her family members, mostly cousins, called me and reassured me that they will help me. They said they were as shocked as I was when they saw him, and they could see it on my face, but they didn't say anything, but they will help me. Except her mom. She's even worse. She started saying in our family chat that I am lying and jealous and ruining her daughter's life, and many, many more. Her father called me and said he's sorry, and he knows that I'm not lying, and he's disappointed with how my mother-in-law and wife is acting, but he said that he has to take his family's side, but he will stay neutral and won't help me legally. I said I understand. My sister hugged me when I told her what I said. She hugged me for, which I think is like 10 hours. She cried and said that she has failed as a sister. She should have ran background checks on her instead of trusting her and kept kissing me. I said, it's not her fault. She told me that next time she will find a very good woman for me. She will hook me up with one of her friends, and women will be lining up for me for how good of a man I am. That even though I'm suffering so much, I still wanted to defend my wife, which is rare. I don't know if that's true or she was just comforting me. But dating or getting remarried is the least of my concern. I'm just glad my sister is with me helping me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be typing here. My sister said that she already had talked to a lawyer, a very good one, and she's her friend but didn't tell me because I was not in a right place. She told me that in her country there's a mandatory ear cool-off period and mandatory counseling at least 2 times a month. And if I don't appear for counseling, judge might think that I'm unreasonable. And since I have no proof of her affair divorce, might event 8 years or even a decade. And even if we prove her infidelity, she will still get alimony because cheating does not revoke her rights from alimony from her husband in our country, which pissed me off even more. But what I'm glad of is that my sister said that her friend has a loophole. She will charge you savory huge amount, and considering how many months or years we might fight in sessions, it will drain 90% of my money, and she will either give us back later or give us cash if we need it. I'm so glad that I have a sister who loves me so much and is so smart in surrounding herself with people like her, but the pain I am feeling is not going anywhere and going to stay in me for a long time. And the worst part of drinking is that even if you drink all day, you just keep overthinking unless you drink till you pass out. Edit. Thank you all for your help and time. I am so glad for your well wishes, and I also hope that none of you go through what I went through, and I wish you all good luck. I will start focusing on myself and go to sleep and stop drinking and thinking about my future. But as glad as I am from getting support from 100 strangers, it also makes me think that there are 100s of strangers willing to support me and help me. But the only woman I ever desires this from, and was my everything, and to spend my whole life with her, didn't support me and betrayed me. I will come back here to read the texts to find comfort every time I need some, and update after my divorce, which might take years. And I read someone once said about emotional affair. Even if it's just emotional affair, I cannot tolerate it, and I have no way to prove or make sure of it. She is cheating on me because she was with him alone and or with her friends, but the way she and her friends hid it all, I can only assume she still loves her ex-fiancé, otherwise she wouldn't hide it from me. and nobody should tolerate emotional affair. And there's no justice, whether it's a man or woman. I thought this all was just stereotype, but now I know my country is hated on for a reason. Good luck to everyone, and I truly appreciate every one of you all. Some comments, somebody said, "I'm so sorry you are going through this, and I wish you the best. I'm glad you have made the choice to divorce. And follow all of the lawyer's advice. That will help you even if it sucks." Original poster replied, "I will do so. I would rather die than have someone like her as my life partner. If they are bad, even if you do everything for them, then they are bad." What was the word cuck, right? I guess I got cucked. I just didn't know. And it's as funny as disappointing. I will never ever give my all and trust blinding to another woman, another commenter. I feel your pain, but stop drinking and pull yourself together. Get outside for some fresh air. Listen to your sister and her lawyer friend. I would get that agreement in writing about paying all that money up front though. Take it day by day for now. You will get through this. Go for long walks, biking, hiking, gym, anything to keep your mind off of her. Take care. You will be a survivor too. Original poster replied, "I will stop drinking because I need to be able to think straight if I'm going to war with her for years. I just wanted to share somewhere I might post again. But most of you guys who supported me might not be here, because the proceedings won't start until we reach a year mark after filing. It might take half a decade or more. I don't know. Most of the people who called my country a butthole says that for a reason. Now even I agree that I was born in a butthole. There's no justice, just pain for a victim.